Do we have intro song?
Yeah, we have the intro, but I cannot play it now. We'll make you listen to it after.
That's going to be a surprise.
Can we make our own intro by singing like?
We can do it now, but I will put the real song after.
There is intro song for you.
We got it.
Beautiful.
It's a wrap.
Welcome everyone for a new episode of Turku Radio Summer Edition. And welcome to Turku, the Paris of the North, without the Parisian.
Oh, it's a sunny day today, and I don't want to stay with you under the sun. Oh, under the sun.
Today we have your host, Noémie, myself,
and Simon.
Thank you.
Myself.
Simon, could you present yourself very shortly?
Very shortly. I am Simon. I'm a linguist. I've lived in Turku for more than 5 years, and I'm still discovering things every day about the city.
Beautiful. And myself, I'm Noémie, and I will be the host of this show, and I would really like to create a feeling of community in this beautiful city of Turku. And that's why today we invited two famous stars of the city, can we say? Tommi
Two amazing dudes.
on my right and Rami on my left. Simon had some really good introductions for you guys. I will leave him read them.
I just thought that we could introduce these two amazing dudes by saying that on my right we have the king of improvisation, a tenor voice, a talented comedian and director, and a giant from my point of view, Rami. And on my left we have a real survivor, Man vs. Wild Finnish edition. If you're lost in the forest with him, he will help you survive, but maybe he will make you eat weird roots. This is the Tommi.
The Tommi. That was beautiful.
Why not Tominator?
Tominator and El Directore.
Those are our wrestling names because we are starting with Tommi.
Where right after this we are going to do a wrestling show.
Yes, we will give a wrestling name to every guest every episode.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rami, can you start by presenting yourself in your own way? After El Directore, I think you can tell us a bit more about your background.
Also. Yeah, I am Rami. I've been living in Turku for 4 years, but I think my heart is in Varsinais-Suomi. What is that in Finnish?
Proper Finland.
Proper Finland. Turku is part of proper Finland.
Yeah, but only Turku.
Only Turku.
We exclude Salo, Raisio.
Yeah.
No, that's bad. Yeah.
Do you know why it's called proper Finland? It's because Suomi used to be only the name. The word Suomi was only the name of this area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then it expanded to the whole country.
Yeah,
so now
but it still should be, because this is
capital.
The heart.
This is the heart.
Yes, exactly. That's the spirit of this podcast.
We can take back Turku as the new capital.
Yes.
Bring back capital to Turku.
Make
the
Turku
one
capital
and
again.
only. But I'm a Bachelor of Social Services, Bachelor of Performing Arts, and Bachelor of the World. That is my title here today.
Classy.
Bachelor of Bachelors.
Yeah, I'm the Bachelor
Master
of Bachelors. And like as a hobby, I study also theology. That is fun.
As a hobby.
Yeah, as a hobby.
And Latin we learned.
Latin, yeah, I've been studying Latin this summer, and I do a lot of things.
Yeah, busy.
I'd say that's a cool hobby.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
And there's definitely a lot of things in Turku to do with that. If you go to the Turku's cathedral or little churches, you can see things in Latin written everywhere. You can train yourself with your Latin skills.
You go look at the graves. You see some really old graves in Latin.
Yes.
Master
Swedish
of
too.
Latin.
So, Tommi, now your turn. What would you tell us about yourself?
Well, my name is Tommi. I'm from my background a nature guide, engineer, and now an environmental scientist. Will be very soon, hopefully. We'll see.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Yes. But also I teach Finnish. I'm an entrepreneur, and I like to do quite many things. Been living in international environment for the past 7 to 8 years, mostly having English as my main language. and be more than happy to tell people about the international life I've been having, the stuff I'm doing, and all related activities to these.
Very nice, guys. At the end of the episode, I will ask you a bit more about the activities that you offer because you are very active in this city. But first, we need to check who is a real turkulainen. By the way,
Not me.
turkulainen is the word of this episode. How could you define it?
Toisella puolella jokkea.
In English.
There are two sides of the river and you pick a side.
You should explain this joke because it took me 1 year to understand what it was, this side and that side of the river.
I even thought that there actually should be, like on Instagram or Facebook and such, you have quiz to know which Teletubby are you or which country are you. I think there should be a quiz about which puoljokke are you.
So can someone explain it?
So the theory, to my knowledge, is to the cathedral, and the other side of the cathedral is toisella puolella jokkea, and the side of the cathedral is tällä puolella jokkea, which means the other side of the river and this side of the river.
I thought it was the other way around.
Was it the other way around?
I think Tommi is right. If I understood.
Well, we have already a disagreement. Perfect. Because I'm also not from Turku. I've lived here long enough that I should know, but
But it's really confusing every time someone says tällä puolella jokkea or toisella puolella jokkea. I never get what they mean.
Yeah, it's confusing because basically when you're having a conversation with someone, it doesn't mean it doesn't matter on which side of the river you are when you are having the conversation. When you say toispuoljokke, it always means the same.
yes,
No matter which one. It's super confusing.
Okay, but once you are talking about that side or this side of the river, you can consider yourself a turkulainen in your opinion.
Yes.
So this is the step. It means basically Turku citizen. I don't know how to, or
Turkulainen?
inhabitant.
Yes.
As opposed to Helsinkilainen that we will tolerate but not talk more about it.
And also there is the
We tolerate,
infamous,
but just barely.
infamous combat between Tampere as well. Tampere and Turku.
Yes.
My Tampere looks
That's
nice,
even
so
worse.
I cannot criticize them. Now we are going to see who is a real Turkulainen and who is not, because I have 4 questions.
Oh.
It's a giant quiz. No, actually, one of them I didn't find the answer.
We can tell you the answer. So
We can make up the answers.
we can
Maybe
make up
you
the
know.
very answer.
The very answer we'll make up.
Okay, let's start. Every time you get a point, you are becoming a bit closer to the
being
real
a
Turku
real
spirit.
Turku person.
What do we
Oh.
win?
I have nothing, sadly.
Oh.
Let's fame. You win fame. Since how long Finland is mourning its real capital? Since how long Finland is mourning its real capital?
Morning.
Mourning, like you are grieving. You are crying because you lost someone. Finland lost its real capital. Since when?
This is so hard. I think.
Do you mean like the people who are mourning for it, or when it actually happened? Because I think some people
Everybody
are
is
like, I don't give a
mourning.
shit.
Look,
Then it
once
just changed.
Finland.
Everyone.
Everyone should
Finland
mourn.
had the capital
Grieving.
city. Finland had the capital city once.
Yeah.
After that, they lost it. Since then, they never had a capital
But
city
now we
anymore.
don't have a capital then. Helsinki is just a replacement.
Yeah,
It's not
It's
the real
a copy.
capital.
yeah.
We should start a new
it's
like
the King of Gondor.
Yeah.
we
I
should
think
start a new various secret theory that our capital never left. It's still in Turku, hidden.
I agree with Tommi. There is no mourning because we are the real
Yes,
capital.
exactly.
Yeah, actually, I saw so many people wearing the T-shirt with the sign
Make capital.
Make Turku capital again.
By the way, people who are listening to us, you should get this T-shirt. We all should make a trend of having this T-shirt.
Wait, let's
Are you
get them
sponsored?
sponsoring us.
We should
and
make our
then,
own T-shirt.
Yes,
We
please.
should make our own T-shirt.
Yeah, let's write it because you are so good at drawing. We all know it. Okay, since how long you are losing time.
The year in which Turku stopped
Yeah,
being a
actually,
capital.
I think Simon doesn't know it also. I am the only
guess-
one to detain the
I
knowledge.
guess 1730.
1730, okay.
I would say more like 1803.
1803.
17. I think you're pretty close, actually. 15. I think you may be closer. I mean,
I think Simon, the French guy, is closer than Finnish people, because from what I understood, Turku was like capital for 3 years also, until 1912. So
What?
you are the closest one. I will read the article because now I'm scared.
You
to
mean
say.
at some point Turku stopped being a capital and then it became capital?
I mean
again
that
later?
Finland has been invaded
Sounds
so many times.
No, I had no idea about that.
where else? Is that
Yeah.
it? Or?
But I think it has something to do
in
with
1812, the Russians moved the capital to Helsinki.
Yeah.
Ah.
the Russians.
the Russians
yeah,
moved
the
it.
Russians. Yeah, I think
Like
we
I
have
said,
to do,
because
I
it's
think, I
like
think we
closer
have to
to
do something
Russia.
with that.
Okay.
That's
My
amazing.
original
Makes
point,
sense.
Yeah.
Turku never left the capital status. We never
Yeah.
did it.
We.
Yeah, I mean, I
Me.
would agree
Me,
with you.
myself.
Yeah.
Turku is capital forever.
Because
Why did the Russians have the right to change the capital? We are
I mean,
Finnish.
why the Swedish people have
Yeah.
the right to change the
Yeah,
capital?
Why
Yeah.
the Swedish people had
Yeah.
to right? Nobody has to.
Nobody has the right, except the proper Finnish people, the Turkulaiset.
Yes. Original.
And I'm
Original
pretty sure
ones.
that if you do a poll on all Finland, every single Finnish citizen will want Turku as a capital
Yeah,
again.
I mean,
Except the Helsinki people, which is quite many people.
Which is
Yeah,
like half of
5,000,
Finland.
5,000, right? Or 500.
But if they want,
5,000,
they
yes,
can,
all
they, can
5,000.
they can join Sweden or they can join Russia. We
Or Estonia.
Yeah, or
Oh,
Estonia.
no, better idea. Åland. Let's send it to the Åland Islands.
Yes.
So Åland can have an upgrade.
Okay, yeah. Would be
New
nice,
island.
actually.
Hell's Island.
How do you go to the embassy in Åland? It's a bit
Hellland.
complicated. Okay, but so for now, the Frenchman is more Finnish than you.
For sure.
How
yeah.
many inhabitants in this beautiful city of Turku? Approximately. I was far from the truth. I thought they were...
300,000.
What?
What? I
That
thought
is my
they were
guess.
way more than the reality. I was a bit ambitious.
Do you count like the city, only the city, or the surroundings? Or?
Just the city.
Oh my
Like
god, you're
only Turku?
asking
Like
me
the
too
true-
much.
true
I'm not
Turku.
the
We
We
don't-
also
we
count
don't count-
dogs and animals.
Yeah, we don't count Raisio and Lieto.
No.
I don't
Kaarina?
think it... No.
Okay.
What about the archipelago?
I mean, there
Yeah.
are like 3 people in the archipelago chilling.
people.
You know,
chilling there in the island.
Hirvensalo is officially part of Turku, and
It
there are
is.
people
So how
living
many? Rami answered Simo.
there. I don't know, like 200,000.
200.
Just not that far from you.
That's gonna leave me a very easy choice. 250.
Like,
Why not?
Smart.
I'm betting,
Well,
man. I put money on this.
Very, very sadly, the Frenchman is again
Oh,
right.
Oh no.
Rami was as ambitious as me. I thought it was 300,000. It's
223.
175,000, and I had fun even lower number, but also fun 180,000. So it seems in general that Turku is quite small.
Small. that is a big, great city in Finland. That's not a small city at all. in
Yeah,
Finland.
but
Yeah, is that like the third or fourth city in Finland?
Yeah.
I think so.
maybe that's why every time I send pictures to my family, they ask me, "Is it a holiday? Why is there no one in the street?"
Oh
No,
yeah,
it's a Friday.
yeah.
It's clearly busy, no?
Don't come,
But
don't come
Turku
to
is
Turku.
actually it's pretty small area.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it's
small.
not very big.
No.
But there's a lot of heart in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will prove to you that
Exactly.
it's really active in an invisible way. Okay. When was the 8th
Ghosts
wonder
are
of
here.
Sorry.
when was the 8th wonder of the world? You know there are 7 wonders in the world, but there is an 8th one. Can you guess which one it is first? It's in Turku, of course.
I know, but I want Tommi to answer first because he's
Gavin,
always
my
the last
tactic
one.
is not working anymore. Okay.
I have the right
Half of
answer
it.
here.
Eighth wonder in Turku
Yeah.
that you just made up.
Yeah, I just made
No, it's official.
it's very official.
Don't tell me it's the Posanka.
Yeah, exactly.
I knew the answer.
Guessed right
It's
away.
Posanka, straight from heaven.
Oh my
Very-
god.
It's what I
Well,
studied in
nobody
theology.
can- nobody
Posanka,
can-
straight from
Our
heaven.
Statue of Liberty.
Imagine a
Statue of Posanka.
But the thing is that it was not the real question. This I just wanted to check that you were not imposters. So when was it built?
Posanka.
Yeah.
201.
201.
Yeah,
200?
201.
What's
It
wrong
goes
with
straight
you?
from God. It's as
Yeah.
old as Jesus.
I know.
201, like
It's from the heavens.
201.
in 201, Finland was still under a giant glacier.
Under the swamps.
They were building the Posanka pyramid in the swampland.
Actually, the truth is that it was built the same year I was born. Oh, please. I'm not the 2000.
No,
No, it's
1999.
200, I know.
How?
1998, because
okay.
you were a Coupe du Monde celebration baby.
My God.
He's a cheater.
Okay, 1998. What do you say, Finnish people? It's
1999.
1999.
I think it was before 96. No, you are not that old. Are you? Are you that old?
That
How old
old?
are you?
Adult.
Yes.
Are you adult?
Are you that? No, are you that old?
Are you that old?
Ah, are you adult?
Are you not old?
That was a really
Are you
strange.
adult? Are you that old? Are you adult?
Oh,
I'm
anecdote.
gonna say 97. I think.
97? Okay.
Yeah.
I have an
I don't think
anecdote
you're that old.
about old people, but first the answer goes to Rami.
Freak.
1999.
And
The best year.
really, 201 is also the right answer. That's the year. Then there were Posanka slavers doing the Posanka, and Posanka ended the slavery in Turku.
And the Pharaoh of Finland ordered them to construct it.
And from what I understood, for the opening, they put like small Posanka in the Aura River. There was like an happening. Yeah, I saw pictures.
I
or
want to see the pictures of that.
Have you been inside
Posanka.
Posanka?
Not
What?
inside.
You can go inside?
People
It's
Yeah,
really
you can
like
go
the
inside.
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, you can
You know,
enter the butt of Posanka.
But there is another thing. There is a underground tunnel under it, and there is a nuclear silo.
Talking about this, I also have a fun anecdote connected to what Tommi just said. Did you know that every hill in Turku is hollow?
Yeah, that is
What
true.
does it mean, hollow?
It's
Empty inside.
empty inside because they are full of tunnels and galleries and giant rooms, because Turku is full of
Emptiness.
nuclear silo, actually. And
No,
underground
no.
nuclear silo.
No,
or-
no. Mostly, I actually been there. It's for the water purification plant, but there is other stuff in those
I
as
thought
well.
it was from like nuclear bunkers and such.
Well, yes, that is also true that there are some of those, but it's not like all of them are nuclear silos or
Okay,
something.
That was way more dramatic. But now we'll have the last question. So, if you have been living in Turku long enough, you have known that in Finland they love to build stuff, to make giant construction that are super annoying because you cannot cross the road. And I'm talking especially of Tori, this horrible market place where you could not cross like the main square of the city center for more than 5 years. And finally they finished it this year. It was a great event, and they invited a Finnish internationally recognized artist who played for the grand opening of Tori. Who was it?
Who played
Who played for the grand opening of Tori?
like
concert.
A concert.
Yeah.
Concert.
It has to be someone from Turku.
It's a
I-
Finnish person. I don't know if it's from Turku, but
Has to be.
I think it's Robin Pakkale.
Oh, that's probably what it is.
So I don't know its name, but I know the song he did.
yeah,
Really?
Simo,
Can I
you
sing
can
it?
do the song.
Yeah, please.
Is it the song that goes like?
That was my another guess.
Yes,
Darude.
it's Darude, exactly. So that was it. It seems
it
that
was right. It was
yeah,
Darude.
it was
Okay.
Darude. And
Darude,
I don't
also
know who
known
is
as
Robin.
Ville Virtanen. That's very common name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, hey,
Yeah.
is he that guy I know? No, I mean,
Yeah,
these two guys I know.
there's a lot of Ville Virtanens in Finland.
Good to know.
So good to go by name of Darude.
But who was the Robin person that you mentioned? Who is it?
You don't know Robin?
No.
Oh,
He is
no.
a huge pop artist
Pumka.
in Finland. Pumka.
Pum, pum, ka.
No,
You don't know.
it was some years ago.
Only and
Actually,
Yeah.
maybe you were not in Finland yet when there was this Pomka.
yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
because Robin, I think he took a break, and
Yeah,
now he's in the
now
military.
Now he's doing music in English, and it sucks. He was a great artist when he did Finnish songs, but these
He tried running for the Eurovision this year.
yeah
for
but
Finland.
Yeah,
But
did
we
you see
had such a
UMK?
champion.
UMK. Did you see UMK? Uuden musiikin kilpailu. Where
The concert.
concert. Where people
They choose.
apply to Eurovision Song Contest, which Käärijä won this year.
I didn't.
Okay.
I just watched Käärijä.
Me neither. I didn't see it either.
I only
they
saw
were
him.
cool contestants. They were this. Well, I don't know if we can say it in public things. Recording like that,
We
but there
can
was this
censor.
hoida mut na 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 na.
It's in English, so let's say that some speakers
That is
will not
request.
understand.
Baby, do what you gotta do. Hoida mut.
Okay.
It was a cool song.
But for now, what I learned from this quiz is that French people are better than Finnish people. At least
I am the-
That did not sound
You
very
need-
good.
I
So-
deserve to be the Turkulainen here. I accept the
I
offering, the
accept.
trophy, the anything you want.
And for that reason, guys, I would like to ask you a few questions that maybe you can prove to us that you are real Turkulaiset and that you deserve this title. So, for example, I was thinking, because you both work on really different projects, do you have a best or worst day anecdote about a project that you did? For example, Rami, you did a lot of theater plays, maybe some cinema, I don't know, this kind of
Not cinema. I've
artistic
done
projects.
theater mostly.
And
yes.
on the other side, Tommi organized a lot of excursions outside, or you gave courses, this kind of activities. I was wondering, do you have like one memorable day or
Good or bad?
But for example, in the forest, did something incredible ever
Just you
happen?
bear.
Quite
wolf.
many times, actually, yes. Many times we do these different kind of trips, and depending on the trip we do, they're quite different from each other. But one or couple of these trips have really stayed in my mind because I got such a good feedback from those.
Okay.
And those trips are when we do overnight hiking, teach people how to read a map, how to read a compass, do some activities when we get there, give people responsibility, like now you are responsible for taking us to the cabins.
And
or
he
to the next
forced me to
location.
read a map.
Yes.
I have been a student.
So yes, people are forced. That's not a well, kind of. You have to do it if you want to get to the next place. So
Yeah, because otherwise he leaves you in the forest.
yeah, that's what happens. You are then have to really survive there. But we do this. We do some other stuff during the hike, activities, funny, good spirited competition. Then we get to the cabins, and in the cabins, of course, we need to warm them up. We need to cook the food. We need to make the fire. We need to chop the wood. We need to warm the saunas. We need to do everything in there, in a sense. And people seem to forget they have phones when we are here. So
yeah.
when you start, you're like, okay, now I'm learning to do fire. Oh, this is actually quite fun. Okay, now we're cooking this food. We're making this. Usually we do some like super healthy stuff. And meanwhile, the other team is doing that. The other team is, let's say, warming up the sauna. So we are doing shifts. The other team is doing constantly something for the other team. Then when the other team comes back from the sauna, they start making like the desserts. And after that, there would be this herbal tea hunt. We go hunt for herbs, and I teach them how to prepare a herbal tea. And maybe next day we'll have a mushroom hunting as well.
And how many people are you in these groups?
Most of the time it's around 20 people, plus minus 3 or 2, depending.
Okay.
Because
How long are these trips? How long do they last, these trips?
these trips specifically last for 2 days. So we start around quite early in the morning, around 10, 11, and the next day we are back usually around 1, 2, 3, depending on the
there
buses.
is an overnight. There you sleep in some place.
Yeah,
with
so
it, like-
so we have these wilderness cabins, which are, well, I would say luxury wilderness cabins, because the real
Luxury.
real wilderness cabins don't have electricity, don't have lights, they don't have water. But these cabins, they do have electricity. They are quite warm. They're insulated. They have even fridges and stuff inside of them. Water you have to get yourself, like from 20 meters far away. Horrible distance, but the thing is that it's a kind of a simulation for people that are not experienced with the nature.
Yeah.
And the big part is that you get to do stuff, you actually get to enjoy the nature. You go to the saunas, and many people go ice swimming for the first time or to the saunas for the first time.
It's introduction to Finnish wildlife.
And then I, of course, tell them stories about sauna, like the originality of sauna, the traditions we have, also ice swimming, this kind of stuff, and how it's good for your health. And we constantly do something, and after that it's relaxing. People can do campfire activities. Sometimes we have meditation yoga in the next morning as well. I have really good memories of that as well, because one morning we went to bed. Most people went to bed around 11 to 2 a.m., so quite late. And the next morning we have a very early wake up around 7. And I was like, nobody probably joins for the meditation because they've had a long trip and they want to sleep. But a lot of the people joined for it. So I was really happy to see, like, okay, these guys really are interested to do this. So we were sitting in the snow, like imagine this spring snow.
Oh my, okay, I was expecting like grass.
Yeah, but maybe
You know.
maybe it's because you were in nature. Maybe people felt
It's
it's like
different.
it's rejuvenating.
Yes.
Like they lived
It is.
with the rhythm of the nature, so they felt energetic. They felt.
Yeah. I definitely think so. Nature is a big aspect. We can talk about this later too, but I think nature is something that why I want to show it to people is because I would say it's kind of a church for Finnish people, and we have so many different places. It's refreshing. It's like gives you what is real about life, because nowadays we are surrounded with a lot of external stuff, material stuff, but that is reminding you of what really is, where you really are. Like it's kind of you are in your past and at the present at the same time.
But when you say we, like, are you the main organizer or are you collaborating with some people?
So I'm doing this from a company called Alligator Jones, which I am the CEO of, but I do this in collaboration.
We are CEO.
Well, anybody can be a CEO. Just
I
based on the
am
company.
also CEO of my company.
Oh my
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just start a company
me
and you're
too,
instantly a
actually.
CEO.
I'm
You're
the only
surrounded by
loser in the
CEO.
room.
But yeah, I'm working with the Erasmus Student Network of Finland. I'm also looking for opportunities to expand to other countries. But right now, I'm mainly focusing in Finland, Turku, Helsinki, Tampere, and some other places where I've been doing this.
Is it like anyone can write to you to ask to be part of these trips that you organize? It's for everyone.
Yes, for everyone. I never look past an opportunity, and also I look to improve my activities in any kind of way. So I try to think, for example, some bachelor party. I've designed this. Another thing I do is escape forest, which is escape room. I create a story and I create not an obstacle course, but a mystery solving experience in the forest. And this I've also remodeled to be a bachelor party course as well. So, and also this kind of, if you know a game called Among Us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I had modified a course for this for Among Us in the forest. So they're trying to solve who is the killer among them. The killers know
Pretty
who they are,
sus.
and the detectives don't know who they are, but they get hints. Meanwhile, they try to solve the mystery in the forest and find the objects or whatever they are supposed to find. So this kind of activity.
Okay.
Do you have a website for the people who are listening to us?
that's what I was going to
so they can
suggest.
find you.
And at least you mentioned before that you have an activity planned soon. Maybe not with Alligator Jones, with that you could advise for next week.
Alligator Jones, you can find right now from Instagram, and the websites will be up quite soon. There's been a setback with those, but the websites eventually will be published. And there will be some nature-related activities which we'll be doing this summer for Turku people, but also in northern Finland and in eastern Finland. So there will be these longer hikes that I do. But also, if you are a band of friends, this is what I do for a lot of Finnish people or international people. You want to go with friends, I can organize you this escape forest or nature hikes. But I wanted to talk about another organization called Step Europe, and it's for international youth, and it's partnered with Erasmus Plus and Turku City as well. And they organize these events for young international people who are looking to do stuff around Turku. They've done, for example, Karelian bike-packing, garden group, these culture trips to different cities, and all other these kind of inclusive activities. And we are actually going to have one of these tours to Naantali this Saturday, so quite soon. I don't know if it will be enough time. If people are listening,
might be a bit too late.
it might be a bit too late, but we're planning to do more. Every month we have one activity. And why I say we is I'm a board member there, so I see what's being done with the activities, and we're planning on doing a lot more.
Very well. We will put all the links in the description.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Go.
Just wanted to say that most of the time these are free as well, so you don't have to worry about
Interesting.
paying for anything.
And in English?
On English?
On English? Is it often in English or
Yes,
is it?
it's run by English people for English speakers.
Oh la la.
Okay, guys, you know what to do now when you want some wild experience
And
around
Some
Turku.
freshness.
One more thing, I also organize, I'm a Finnish teacher, so if people would be interested in learning Finnish, I'm here, and I'm actually going to start, inspired by certain someone in here, Finnish Cafe.
Yeah, nice.
Very nice.
Would you mix all of this, like Finnish courses in the nature while trying to survive a bear attack?
You need to speak Finnish
And it's
to
a
go
mystery
up.
solving as well. You have to find a hint inside of the bear's intestines.
Learn how to say, "Help! A bear is eating me."
Shut up and kill the bear
With your bare hands.
with your bare hands.
Oh, you're even teaching jokes.
Trying.
You're even
Emphasis on trying.
You're even teaching jokes.
Oh my god! Oh my god! This is
He
getting
does
out of hand.
everything. This Wonder Man.
But now I would really like to know if Rami has an anecdote or if you want to talk about some projects in particular, because I know you are involved in a lot of theater stuff.
Yeah, and at the moment I'm doing a lot of improvisation, like Simo in the beginning talked that I'm the improvisational master or whatever.
El Directore.
El Director.
Yeah.
Yes.
King of improvisation.
King.
That's how I say.
I'm part of two groups. Another one is in Salo, but it does shows around proper Finland. We have shows in Paimio.
What's the name of this improv group?
Improv group is Silmävode,
Silmävode.
and it's in
The eye.
in
of
English it's
the eye.
eye lotion.
I know, sure.
Like iloton. it's some kind of a joke. I didn't
Eye
make
lotion?
it up. Yeah, eye lotion, but without the eye in the latter part. On the 16th of July, Sunday, we have a show in Paimio. That is not very far away. You can go there by bike. The show is in Finnish, but well, it's improv, so it can be whatever language there will be.
Oh, really?
So if
Yeah,
there's a
actually,
lot of,
because in improvisation you adapt to the audience.
yeah,
I
So
didn't
if there are a
think
lot
about
of English speakers, you can adapt to that.
yeah.
Okay, let's go Turkulaiset.
Yeah,
Let's go.
that is show that is near. We have another shows, but they are in Salo. But you can look us up.
We will tolerate Salo. Okay.
That is not.
We have good relations with Salo.
Yeah,
They are
we
all
tolerate,
vassals.
but we don't like them.
They're all
Yeah.
servants.
Yeah. Silmävode, you can find it on Instagram and on Facebook. I think Facebook is more active because I update it.
Yeah, we can put the link in the
Yeah.
podcast description. Yeah,
And there's another group that is improryhmä Farssi. like farce.
Because for me, Farsi is the language of Iran.
Farsi.
Farsi is the name of the
So
language.
I was like, whoa.
I knew a couple of words also in that language, but
Show us.
but I pronounce them however I want. So hopefully nobody gets mad. There's Bacha.
I don't speak Farsi. Don't
Careful,
look at
because
me.
we can make that listen because we might have a guest who speaks Farsi.
Yeah,
some
she
of these
might
days.
come.
Bacha. It's something,
Okay, I will
something like
ask
that.
her.
That I think it's a boy. Okay, and Farsi, we have shows. I don't even have them here, on my calendar. No, where is it? I lost them.
For now, we have Sunday the 16th.
It's in August.
In August. We have time.
Well, even
Yeah,
better.
it's in the beginning of August. I think it's the 3rd of August.
Okay.
But you can look up Farsi in Instagram and on Facebook.
Rami made a play about.
Patrick Tianen, who made a church in Kokkola when he was 21.
Can you
And,
tell us the name of the show?
The name of the show is Taivaan ja helvetin väliltä. And it would translate to something like in between heaven and hell. And Patrick
Great
was
show. I was there.
Patrick was a priest in Kokkola as a young man. He was super famous around Finland. He went around and preached in these kind of charismatic churches.
Very gospel, like.
Yeah, very gospel.
Yeah, God is listening
praise,
to you.
praise the Lord thing. And then he was in an accident, and then he got sort of kicked out of his church because it was found out that he had a relationship with a man, and he was gay. And after that, he didn't do any more job as pastor, and now he's doing other things. He's at pelastuslaitos. He's like when you call 112, he's the one answering.
Okay.
But he got stabbed
recently.
like a month ago in Viro in Tallinn.
Also, we are
In Estonia,
we are
that-
talking about a guy who's still alive, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
a
yeah.
very
I
young
thought-
guy.
I thought he was an old story.
No,
No, he's quite
He
young,
turned
actually.
30 in May.
Okay, he's very
He's
recent.
very young, and these are relative young things that have happened. And
Yeah.
yes, he is in pretty rough shape at the moment, and I wish him all the best.
Yeah, we wish
Yes,
him all
for
the best.
sure.
Yeah, because it's tough.
It was
tough
a
place he's in.
really shocking news to
Yeah.
imagine that in 2023 you can still have people being attacked
Yeah.
like this
Yeah.
so violently.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he was talking in the Baltic Pride. There was this event, and he was talking like as a former pastor and gay man about church and sexuality. And then this one man arrived there and asked if where is the gay pastor? Where is the gay pastor? And then he attacked him. Pretty horrible.
Yeah.
And I was wondering actually, because you made this theater play about the life of Patrick, so it's already like a big thing in Finland. Because he came to see your show, it was like something a bit committed politically
Yeah.
to make a show about like someone who comes out as gay when he's coming from a religious field and he's married, so he needs to divorce also. It was like hard choices for him. It changes his whole life. And do you think that you would like to direct the show again next year, especially since that now this like attack
Yeah, I
took
really
place?
I really want to do the shows more with that show, because I think the story is I think it's huge, and I think it needs to be told because the world is not ready, and there's a lot.
For Patrick.
Never is.
It never is, and I think Patrick he's so brave that he gave permission for me to do the show, and he has been talking about these experiences he's had, and it's for that there are young people who are
Struggling.
with their sexuality, and there are people who are telling you cannot be gay or whatever. Of course you can. There's no, you cannot change it. You can be whatever you want, and it's a story that has to be told again and again, because the world
It's like accepting
world is work in progress.
Yeah, it helps to have figures like Patrick, figures that one can identify to and feel strengthened by this kind of person.
Yeah, like I think, and I talked about it with Patrick, that if this kind of show was shown to him when he was 13, 14, it would have made a huge difference.
Yeah, to have models of people who, especially when you are in a stuck position in a way, because you are married and in religion, so it's even harder to come out, I feel. And from what I understood in the show, it was also, he was so scared of revealing himself as gay that he did everything to cover it up.
It was a huge journey, the covering up the fact and doing this,
like fitting the standards.
What's eheytyshoito, eheytysterapia, reparative therapy. He went through that kind of thing, and they were exorcising the
really with
I
all the
was super
religion
shocked.
aspects, the
yeah,
spiritual aspects.
it was super crazy, super mad. But those I think Lutheran Church is very liberal, but there's a lot of differences. Depends on the area and the people, but there is a lot of work to do, and especially with the charismatic churches like Pentecostal church, there's a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you actually, like, when did you decide to deal with this topic? Because it was for your last exam in a way in your school to graduate. You had to do a show, to direct it and write it. And when did you get this idea? Like, because it's a really difficult topic to.
I had the idea originally in 2017.
Okay.
When he was still doing the pastor job, but I was thinking to do the show very different. Well, it would have been fictional, but when he got out of the church and he started to write a blog about his feelings and what he went through and what he felt he had to do to cover the sexuality and to get the acceptance of the group, and I think there was a lot of things in the way that he processed it that I think this would have been for everybody. That I have to do a show about this, and from the perspective of Patrick.
Especially in Finland, where I feel as men are really put in a position that it's so hard to talk about feelings. I already felt it in France, but in Finland, my God, it's really forbidden.
Yeah. And as a man myself, like, I mean, now I'm really grateful that I know you guys, because no, but honestly, for the first 3 or 4 years that I lived in Finland, all the Finnish friends I was making were women or girls. It was extremely hard for me as a foreigner man to have men friends, because they are shy, because they were I don't know really the reason, but maybe it's linked to what you're saying about the positions of men in Finland, the way they are told to behave or not behave. Or
I'm also in a sport club, and it's like a combat sport, so it's really manly, etc. And it took them so much time just to talk to me, but now I'm starting to feel okay, we are more relaxed, etc.
Yeah, that's the wonderful thing.
Oh my
is that
God,
once
so long.
once you broke the ice, you have best friends forever.
Yeah, and you're actually
Honestly.
surprised that suddenly one day they behave super friendly, and you're like, oh, when did this happen?
It can be 6 months, it can be year.
More year than 6 months.
Once it happens, it happens.
I think there's a lot of work to do with manhood of Finland, of Finnish manhood, because I think there's rules and regulations and norms how to behave, how to be a man.
And then we
Men
have
don't cry.
yeah, exactly. The old traditions of you have to work hard, don't show your feelings, work hard, and then you drink yourself to death and get depressed before you do that.
Yeah. We
my
laugh at it now, but it's depressing.
It's a
true.
pandemic in Finland. Like honestly, it's one of the worst, and it's not only. Now we're seeing it more and more in the young population as well. And we had a recent study about what young people think of their future, and I think it was close to 40 or 50% that don't believe that they believe in future in Finland because they don't believe they are going to get enough money to pay off their houses, their cars.
Yeah.
So
For
people
me,
don't believe in
it's a dream
future.
Finland, so I'm
The suicide rate of young men, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's crazy to imagine that you are saying this about young Finnish people, while on the other hand, all the foreigners that we know who move in Finland, it's the best experience in their life. They love this country,
really.
they want to stay. And so this difference between foreigners moving here and people who are born here is so huge. It's so strange to me that there is such a huge dichotomy
Gap, yeah.
between
And actually, that's also the point of his podcast radio, that I feel that the more you hang out with people you don't know or you are not used to hang out with, the more open-minded you get, and then you realize, but it's fine. Other people are also feeling stressed, are also like scared, or etc. And I can also be it and express it, and no one will laugh at me. You know, people were just like, "Oh, okay, me also. Let's do activities to forget about it at least one moment." But that's also why I plan to do an episode about communication in Finland, because I want some like people, like foreigners and Finnish people, and give them situations to compare. How would you react? For example, there's one thing that I love in Finland: when people are not happy, they struggle so much to say it clearly. So often they look at you with super angry eyes.
I'm happy.
Like the angry look of Finnish people, for example, when you skip a queue. They're not going to say
feel
it,
it,
but
you
feel it.
Yeah, the
Because there is
energy changes.
Yeah, see, for foreigners, that's why you have to come and move to Finland. You have to come and help us break the ice.
Yeah.
For Finnish people,
Let's go to nature
to
together.
make them.
Yeah, really. Let's do
we should
theater.
all make,
Let's do
make
hikes.
Finnish people
Nature
realize
theater.
how great they are.
We will conclude this episode now with thank you, Master
you.
of
People,
Theater.
please, people, go to see Rami's shows. He's doing play. He's doing improvisation.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot of great
Please
stuff.
learn about Patrick. What's his last name?
Tianen.
Tianen.
Tianen, yes.
Yeah, and I hope that show will continue, and maybe
I will be
hopefully
in the public.
El Directore.
hopefully you will hear
Muchas
about it.
gracias.
Yes, thank you, El Director.
Thank you, people, and I'll see you, and I'll hear you also.
I'll hear myself very
That's
soon.
wonderful. Okay, have a nice summer, everybody.
Have a nice summer.
Bye bye, Rami.
Bye-bye,
Thanks for being
Rami.
here.
As a conclusion, I would also like to thank you, Tommy, for coming. Do
Thank
you
you
have
for
a
inviting.
last word to tell us before I give our auditors the program of next week?
Peace and happiness and warm summer with a lot of light.
But now we will have the program of next week. So we are preparing this podcast a bit in advance, so you are aware about what you can do just after listening to this. So on Monday, the 10th of July, we really advise you to start the week in a chill way with the Café Quencel. I don't know how to pronounce the name, Simon.
Quencel.
Quencel.
Quencel. I'm not sure it's open on Monday actually, but maybe it is. Quencel is a cute little cafe, like super cute. If you go to a place that is called the Pharmacy Museum, it's a museum about pharmacy. It's really good. It's in a very old style wooden house. You have to see this. It's lovely, and they have a coffee in it, and it makes you feel like you're in some kind of countryside, old wooden house.
Like an old country. Yeah, exactly. That's a good description.
Yeah,
Like you have cows, you have some fields. and
Somehow
your grandma is making you some coffee and cookies. That's
stuck
kind of the feeling you get in there.
in the 1800 and something. Yeah. You have to see this cafe and
have to
chill
come and see.
there. And they have really good cakes and mud cakes. I recommend the mud cake.
Very nice. So on Tuesday, the 11th, what about a Mexican day? So I was not aware, but there is the Chingon Cafe. Simon again.
Yeah, Chingon Cafe is a cute little Mexican cafe in Viklund. Viklund is a big building next to the big marketplace, very central, huge place in Turku. You go in Viklund, and in Chingon Cafe, I think the people owning it are all from Mexico. They prepare very good Mexican pastry and food. While you have your coffee, you can taste this delicious. I don't remember the name. It's really good. It's corn.
Tortillas.
No, it's made of. It's a pastry made of corn.
Of course.
Of course it is.
But the people there are lovely. They are super friendly, and the food is great. So go to Chingon, Chingon.
And great, because what about starting with Chingans and finishing at El Gringo? The classic
El
of
Gringo.
Turku. If you have never been to El
If you
Gringo,
want to have a whole
one of-
Mexican day.
yeah, one of the cheapest bar in Turku that is in front of the main library, so you can study and finish your day in a good way with a long drink or some karhu. When on Wednesday the 12th, why not go to Naantali and visit the famous Moomin World? Have you ever been? Because I have not.
Yes.
When you were
I
a
was
child?
very young.
Yeah.
Yes, and I got so freaked out by the mörkö.
Oh,
I
there is
actually-
someone playing the mörkö.
At least then there was, and my mom told me that I literally went to the stage and yelled the mörkö to go away. All of the audience started
Oh my
laughing
God.
The
at me.
childhood
And I
trauma.
was really serious, like, go away.
I wish there would be a video of that.
But let's finish this
Body
week
paints.
with a giant event that goes from Thursday the 13th to Sunday the 16th. And it's the Turku Castle Medieval Tournament. And here we have a professional of this event. Simon, can you tell us a bit about it?
I love this event. I also love the medieval market, but it's over. It was last week. But the tournament is
It's one of the best
It's
things.
one of the best things
Every
you can
year
do.
I go there as well.
Me
It's-
too. You have these people doing real jousting. You know, jousting is when two guys are, or two people, not necessarily guys, are on horses. You know, like in the
Only guys
medieval
can
time.
do such a stupid
Oh
thing.
no, they are women. They are women, and maybe people of other genders, and they, you know, they run
And
at each
animals.
other. Yeah, because
On the
the
horse?
horses,
Uh-huh.
because the horses are super important, and you know,
Imagine it without the horses. Like,
by yeah, people are by foot. But yeah, as you've seen in movies about the Middle Ages, they run to each other on a horse with a spike, and they don't they don't do it for like they don't fake it. They do it for real.
Yeah.
They really
They really aim at killing
Yeah.
each other.
yep.
Is it a paying event or
No.
free?
No, free.
Free entrance then in the Castle of Turku on Sunday the 16th. As Rami said, he has a show that we will put in the description. So thanks everyone for this pilot episode. A bit of an introduction of all the activities that you can do in Turku. So the word of the day was turkulainen, turkulaiset, and we wish you a great week and a lot of fun activities.
you've got to be.
Enjoy.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Moi moi.
Moikka.
Morjens, moi.
Under the sun.